Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the end of the year. It is prediction season.
I thought you were doing the ladies and gentlemen EC3. You sound like you were doing that voice for EC3, no. Steve. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's me on the point. Welcome to the 3D Wrestling Podcast. Man, this is our prediction show for AEW at Worlds, and that we will be in attendance for.
Yes, we will be in attendance.
Ooh! So, start off 0 hour. Man, you have Wheeler Yuta versus Hook. Yeah. FTW rules, FTW Championship. I'm leaning towards Hook. He's home, essentially.
I don't think there's any other way you can go other than Hook.
No, you're right.
They're in New York. I don't see why Wheeler Yuta would win. It seems like a really random match without any build anyway. My pick is just Hook. I think Hook's going to win.
I agree. 20-man Battle Royal. I don't even know who's involved.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to have a winner.
Yeah, it's a 20-man Battle Royal, and I believe the winner is facing for the TNT Championship whenever they want. My guess for this is Shot in the Dark, Wardlow. Let's say Wardlow. That's going to be my pick.
Against Edge? Because at World's End, you're getting TNT Championship on the line. Christian Cage versus Edge. I'm leaning towards Edge.
We can get to that later. We can get to that later in predictions. But for now, let's focus on who's going to be the Battle Royal winner to face for the TNT Championship.
I don't have a clue, man.
No Shot in the Dark. No Dark Horse pick. QT Marshall making a big return?
Absolutely not. Not at all. He's out of here. Shot in the Dark, I'm going to say... Nah, he has a match. Brian Cage. I'll stay with the Mogul Embassy.
Okay. Brian Cage. It's not a bad pick at all. I like that. Brian Cage.
All right. And the loser gets to leave AEW match. No, but on seriously. Andrade.
The winner gets to go.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess the winner gets to leave. Andrade versus Miro.
It really should be in a cage. First person to escape the cage gets to run home.
Or all right, man. Listen, Andrade versus Miro.
I guess that the facto babyface in this story is Miro because Andrade is like a wife stealer or whatever. But my pick in this match is I would say Miro. I can't say I care too much about this story. It could go one way or the other, but I just think Miro's the powerhouse in the match. He's like the bigger guy. I think it's going to be cut and dry. Miro's just going to win, and we'll go from there.
Okay. With the news that came out,
there's news
about WWE expects Andrade Idolo to be coming back to WWE.
Okay, I did hear that.
Yeah, Miro wins. Andrade's on the way out. Peace out. Deuces. Oozes. We're going to move on to the 8-man tag. Now, listen, I've talked a lot about this match because I just hate how it was brought together. You got Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, the returning Sammy Guevara.
Don't even get me started on that. We'll get into it a little bit.
Sting and Darby Allin versus Big Bill, Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs, and Takeshita instead of Kyle Fletcher. How do you see this going?
Before I even get to a prediction of who's going to win this match, I think everybody involved in this match deserves so much better. Especially Sting, who has nothing to do with anything happening in this. I don't know why he and Darby Allin are involved. He has, 3-4 more months left in his career, and he's doing this. I don't get why. I hate that Sammy Guevara's back as a babyface. Doesn't make any sense. But who I think is going to win?
We hate Sammy Guevara. Wait, no.
Yeah, I hate Sammy Guevara. I hate him. I don't like him. Go away, Heat. I hate him. Fuck you, Sammy Guevara. I don't like you.
Wow.
But Sting and Darby, I guess. I don't know. Sting's on his way. Sting is undefeated. I don't think he has lost any match he's been involved in. So he's not going to lose now to the Don Callis family.
Well,
he's lost a match?
No, I'm saying I did read some news that the opportunity or what they plan to do AEW is straight from World's End, no pay-per-views for the next 2 months, straight to Revolution.
It's a little odd, but okay.
I think this starts Sting's retirement arc.
Okay.
And it's going to be him taking a pin.
Really? You think he's going to lose before his retirement?
I believe so.
That's interesting.
I believe so. I'm going with Big Bill, Ricky, Takeshita and Will Hobbs, because there's only one person I can see taking the fall in that match, and that's Will Hobbs.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna go with them regardless.
Okay. Question then: who gets the pin?
Ricky Starks.
I would love to see that.
Ricky Starks over Sting. Yeah. TBS Championship: Julia Hart versus Abaddon. Returning Abaddon, we haven't seen her in months, years.
Yeah.
I think she was injured. Man, just no guessing for me. This is a win for Julia Hart.
This is an easy win for Julia Hart. It's a
Yeah.
slam dunk. She just won the championship. Abaddon just came back. I don't see this going any other way.
No.
Definitely Julia Hart.
All right. 1 year in the making here.
Oh, brother.
1 year in the making here. This is a lot of pent up aggression and just build. Simply pause. Swerve.
Sorry, that was kind
No,
of
that's fine. No, it wasn't nice. Swerve and Keith Lee. I just don't see any momentum for Keith Lee. I also don't see them slowing down the momentum for Swerve. Swerve all the way.
I see his Swerve all the way. This is like one of the strangest matches I've ever seen. It's a year in the make pro build whatsoever. They haven't even seen each other, I don't think, since...
For months.
It
Might have been 6 months.
It's been a very long time. It's been since like Rick Ross was around, calling Keith Lee a big motherfucker. Like, it's been a long time since he is a big motherfucker.
You a big motherfucker.
So, in short, Swerve. Swerve is gonna win.
Swerve.
I think Swerve's gonna win.
All right, now we get into I like to call it the gold time or the gold rush. You got your 4 championship matches. Let's start off with the TNT title. Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland. I said it earlier, guys. I think I'm gonna have to give the edge to Adam Copeland.
Good one. I'm of two minds about it. My mind says Adam Copeland is walking away with the victory. This is their second match. There's been a lot of build-up for this. That's where I think it goes. My heart says Christian Cage makes it out with the TNT Championship. I think he's in the prime of his career, which is insane because he's like 50. And I don't want to see him lose the title. You know, fuck that. Christian Cage. I'm going to pick back to Christian Cage. Christian Cage is going to walk out. I don't know how. I do not know how, but he's going to walk away with the TNT Championship.
I don't think that happens. You have your women's AEW Women's Championship match. We got Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm versus Riho. I'm going with the champion once again here. Well, no, I'm going with the champion here in timeless Toni Storm.
I see that. Similar thing with the TBS Championship returning star coming to fight the champion. I think Toni Storm's going to walk away with the championship. In fact, she hasn't had it for that long. Maybe a couple months now.
No. But I will say we're going to get a surprise at the end of this. 1 or 2 people. Unfortunately, we might see Britt Baker come back.
Okay.
Or
we might see Britt Baker come back later in the show.
Hold on to that thought. I think we see a returning Jamie Hayter.
I would love that.
It's been a year.
It has been.
A year plus, almost, to be honest.
It's been
I
all
think
she's
it's
been gone.
time for her to return. We get her and Toni Storm maybe at Revolution.
I'd love to see that. I think that'd be a fantastic match.
I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Man, so we get to the Continental Classic, man.
Yes.
You got Mox versus Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is home. He's currently the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Champion.
Yes.
And he is the ROH World Champion.
Correct.
Put both those titles on the line, and winner gets the Continental Classic title. I think Eddie walks away with all 3. Home in New York probably gets the win against Mox. What about you?
I think with the story that's been being told with the Continental Classic, I didn't initially grasp it. I didn't think he was going to be the star of it, which doesn't make sense because it is his championships on the line, so I should have gotten that. But seeing that this is a story of redemption for Eddie Kingston, he finally beat Bryan Danielson, which he was never able to do, and now he's finally getting the opportunity to beat Jon Moxley. I do think he walks away with all 3 championships. I don't know what I see this doing for him in the long term. The last thing AEW needs is another title. Him holding 3 belts seems like a bit excessive, but I do think Eddie Kingston is going to walk away with all 3 belts.
I agree. Then you get to the main event.
The main event.
You got world champion MJF.
Yes.
Who is also home.
Yeah.
You have Samoa Joe, who faced him a couple months ago. We were there at Arthur Ashe for Grand Slam.
Yeah.
He came up with a losing effort there. I say this time, Joe walks away with the title. MJF kind of mentioned that people might have MJF fatigue. Also, if he's adamant about what he says about his contract, there's no way you can keep the title on him. What about you?
I think that Samoa Joe is going to walk away with the championship.
Okay.
I don't know how this plays into the bidding war of 2024 thing that's been going on with MJF, because as far as he's always said, he said that his deal expires January 1st, which I really feel like should have been made a bigger deal much, much earlier. And now it doesn't really seem to be playing into the story at all. We both believe he's been signed to AEW. I don't think there really is a bidding war at all. But if they want to put this into some kind of story, they should have really established this a while ago. But with all of that said, I do think MJF is going to be out of a championship. So whenever they do want to start establishing this story, it'll carry a little bit more weight because you won't have the championship tying him to AEW. And even going beyond that, we have to talk about the elephant in the room now with that storyline. Very likely we'll be finding out who the devil that's been torturing MJF is.
Ready? It's my hot take. Put the flames around, whatever we need to do. My hot take is there's 2 devils.
I think there's 2.
One is going to be revealed at ringside as Britt Baker. I'm telling you now. And then the other will be revealed as Adam Cole.
Baby.
I that's what I settled on.
I like that. You know, I like that a lot more than my idea.
What's your idea?
My idea was half of that. I just think it's Adam Cole. I think that's why we've never... We talked about this in the AEW episode before, I believe, with the state of things in AEW and pro wrestling. I think that's why we haven't never seen the devil walk out. And you know what? That'd be actually a really fun reveal. You finally see the devil walk out, and that makes it Britt Baker, and then you see a second devil limp out with crutches. On the screen, or in a wheelchair, or something like that. And then you find out that that's Adam Cole. I like your idea a lot more than mine, so I really like that idea.
With that being said, if my idea is to happen, is that a good enough payoff for you?
Yes. I think it's a good payoff. I just don't think it's a good build-up. I think they stretched this out for way too long, to the point where I don't think there's anybody that'll be satisfying. It could be fucking Goldberg, or it could be The Rock, and I think people would just be like, we waited a little too long for this.
Not Goldberg. Anybody but Goldberg.
But I think we've been waiting for so long. I don't think there's really anybody that would be a satisfying reveal or conclusion. But I do think Adam Cole makes the most sense. And giving Britt Baker something to do, I actually really like that idea, tying it together. Yeah. I think it's a good story.
I think we're going to have a new faction.
I like that.
Maybe a new kingdom?
Maybe a new kingdom. I mean, do we just want to talk now and speculate on who... The Devil's Men who won the...
It's the Kingdom.
The new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion.
Was that not... It's the Kingdom.
I think it's the Kingdom. Yeah.
Roddy Strong included.
Oh, really?
And Wardlow.
I can see that. One of them is definitely Wardlow.
For sure.
One of them is like... He's shaped like... He's a giant man who wears Wardlow's shoes. He's Wardlow.
He's Wardlow. So, that's my guess. Now, what do they do with that? It beats the hell out of me.
That's up to Tony Khan to decide. I don't trust him to do good with it, but it's up for him to decide. It's his show.
Not my show, because this wouldn't happen. Anyway. Yeah, man. Listen. AEW, World's End. We're going to be there live, in person. We will put up a day of blog, I believe. Something of the sorts. Possibly speaking to some, people there. some predictions from them, but you got our predictions.
Yeah.
As they say in my neighborhood, deuces, oozes.